I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy, or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark. Don't forget Gerry.
Hey, you're listening to Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. I'm Brian Posehn. So basically what this show is every week me and my friends are going to be playing Dungeons & Dragons for about an hour. We'll mess around during the game and make fun of each other. Well, it'll all be fun. And eventually one of us is going to win and be crowned King Nerd. No, that's not how D&D works. Basically, if you've never played before, what were you doing? Throwing footballs? Banging girls or boys? What have you done with your lives if you've never played D&D? It's essentially, it's a role-playing game. It's my favorite role-playing game. And basically, each player creates a character, and you go through an adventure that the Dungeon Master, who you'll meet soon, creates. Sometimes he'll play out of a book, or our guy that you'll meet very shortly, he pulls everything out of his brain, or his bottom's brain. And we'll be battling monsters and magical creatures. It's very hard to say that kind of stuff without feeling like a total nerd. And there's really no ending or goal. I mean, each adventure will have a goal that Sark, our DM, will create. And we'll never know what it is till we get there, or all of our characters die, and we have to start over. It's basically like World of Warcraft, but with a book. And also dice, and it's more fun and social. You're not alone in a room. Instead, there's 6 people in a room. So I basically, my history with D&D is I played very young. I played in junior high, and then didn't play for a long time. And then in my 20s, played again with a guy I worked with at a record store. And that was very fun. We'd get super high and listen to Slayer. And D&D had a bad reputation in the early days for being satanic. And it's not. But my friend made it satanic. So that was fun. And about 10 years ago, I started playing with a group of friends that you're about to meet. And we played for about 7 years. And then me and another couple guys got our wives pregnant separately by fucking. At least that's what I did. I don't know Gerry and Patton's story. But then that derailed our game. And I came up with the idea because I was talking with the people at Earwolf, like, hey, let's do a podcast. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do for a podcast. And then I went, I'll play D&D with my friends, which I had been wanting to do again anyway. So now it's time to introduce everybody that's going to be playing this game. Go ahead.
Hi, my name's Blaine Capatch. I'm a comedian, stand-up-wise. I also write for television. I've written for things like Mad TV and Mind of Mencia. No, wait, come back! And I host Lucha Vavoom, and I announce roller derbies, and I play in bands. I usually play elves. When I was a kid, I used to play muscle men because I was a little elfy guy, but then I grew into myself.
Hi, my name's Ken Daly, and I'm a writer, former actor. You may have seen me in such films as The Usual Suspects, couple lines, Karate Kid, one line. I'm right now doing a show with Dana Gould and Dave Keckner at Meltdown called Carnieville. It's sort of a variety, carny-themed comedy show. Go enjoy that. Usually, I play as a bunch of different things. You never know what I'm going to be. I've been a 3-armed tree guy. I've been a sneaky elf. You name it. Thief. Whatever.
I'm Sarah Guzzardo. I'm a writer. I have a website called Avoid This Job. And I'm the token girl. here today, and usually. And I typically play smart fighters would be the goal. I think this one might just be dumb, but we'll find out.
I'm Gerry Duggan. I write television and comic books. Currently, I'm staffed on Attack of the Show, and I wrote The Infinite Horizon for Image with Phil Noto. I usually play troublemakers, I guess, is the easiest, across a wide spectrum of classes. I look forward to playing another troublemaker now.
I'm Brian again, still. I normally... I'm always the guy... I play a bunch of dumb guys. I like to play characters where I don't have to do a ton of thinking. I like to be the guy that's first in the door. I've played small characters. One of my first character was Jackie. He was sort of a monk character, but since him, I've mostly played guys that are kind of my stature and even bigger. I play like big wrestlers, guys that just like thumping things and killing. I'm going to introduce the guy that keeps us going and keeps us all together and it writes these adventures for us basically in his crazy head. A good buddy of ours, Sark.
My real name is Scott Robinson, but you'll hear these guys all call me Sark because that's my gamer tag, and that's what pretty much that's what you know me by, more than my real name. I'm a producer at Machinima, so I work in video game media, and we cover news, reviews, previews, that type of thing. And yeah, recovering Mormon. I hate the homeless, and I've fantasized about killing a hobo my entire life. Someday, I want to wrap my hands around a homeless man's throat and watch his life drain out.
Life in quotes.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to roll the dice and create our characters during a quick little break, and then we'll talk about the characters we've created, and then we're going to launch right into the game. So let's take a quick break, and hobos outside, beware. And when we come back, we'll have rolled up our characters.
Hey, before we leave, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors. We're brought to you this afternoon by IKEA. When you need furniture for no longer than 2 years, IKEA turns any room into a dorm. And Swiffer. When you don't really feel like cleaning anything, don't really clean anything with Swiffer. Idiot.
So we're back. Sark, you want to explain what we did during the break with the dice rolling and the numbers and all that stuff? And
Yeah, from 10,000 feet, Dungeons and Dragons in a nutshell. That's what we're looking for here?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to pretend like you're my wife. I'm going to explain
God, no.
I'm leaving, Slam.
Okay.
Can you imagine that, coming home to Brian every day?
Yes.
My wife gets to.
All right, so Dungeons and
I have
Dragons.
food ready, and I'm wearing a negligee. It's fucking awful. I mean, awesome.
Martini, honey.
Awfulsome.
That should be a game. Dungeons and Dragons is, at its most basic, it's sort of like a interactive storytelling. So how it works is all of these gents and Sarah get to create characters that they will play through whatever adventures I dream up as. And everyone's got their characters in front of them right now. I'm sure it's quite a motley crew. We're going to meet everyone here in a second. But the real basic idea is that each of these characters has different abilities that these guys have carefully gone through the rule books and picked. And they operate as a team and rely on each other to complete different goals using their wildly varying abilities. So, for example, if you want a door kicked in, you're probably gonna ask Brian. I don't know what his character's name is yet. We'll find out. And you're probably not gonna ask Blaine, who I'm sure is a wispy elf character and couldn't do shit to a door. he's shocked and
slide under
right
it.
I could wipe shit on a door.
You could pick the lock with your finger. Yeah, so the character sheets are just filled with these notes that these guys have written down that explain and remind us what their characters can do. And as we go, I will, depending on how well everyone does, and if they do like really amazing feats, there's experience points that are granted, and as the characters accumulate experience points, they go up in levels, learn new abilities, and become more powerful.
Then you roll dice, assigning the numbers you roll to your various strengths and weaknesses, and basically you can become, in D&D, anything you want to be. Like, if you want to be a guy who finished college and is successful and doesn't hate himself and isn't ugly and fucks a lot. So, Blaine, what did you roll?
14, 12, 17, 14, 14, 15.
Not bad.
Take that, my actual body.
So what?
You know what? I had I had an elf with a 4 charisma, and what I did with my charisma, instead of making him ugly or a guy that clipped his toenails and coach, I made him a drow elf, which was somebody that everybody hated on sight. You know, like a Muslim or a teacher. So that was and I had to deal with that by putting myself in that situation. That kept my charisma lowered. So you can kind of you can adapt your stats to whatever you think your character needs.
Do you know what you want to be, Blaine? Or
well, I'm going to be an elf because I like elves.
Blaine's gonna be an elf for a change?
Weird.
Yeah,
because he wear the elf ears. He used to wear elf ears all the time to the game.
I also wore an elf taint that you guys couldn't see, but it really made me feel very magical.
I knew it was there.
Yeah. Well, you could probably just hear the Velcro. Or I call it Velcro. I was thinking about being a druid, but then the other night, a bunch of critical mass people on bikes went by my apartment. It made me hate hippies. So maybe fuck druids. That's what I say. Maybe I should be an elf that shoots arrows into things from a distance like I like to be.
So it's back to the drawing board on the druid plan, huh?
Yeah. Or, maybe I'll go back to college and, see what happens. Maybe I'll just go for a liberal arts degree, try to learn Flash or something. Maybe I'll be a fat guy. Sounds kind of weird.
It doesn't sound like there's a lot of fat elves there. I think you will be an anomaly.
Blaine
I want to be a half
for the listener. Blaine is the skinniest person we know. He wants to be a fat guy.
I was 115 and a half this morning, by the way.
And we know Bob Auschwitz.
I was that when I was 10 years old.
Bob Auschwitz. He got married and just started packing it on, that guy.
I'm almost 3 of you, Blaine.
Well, you know what? I do have the adamantium skeleton, which makes up for it. And I also have an Adam and the Antium skeleton, which dresses like a pirate and has 2 drummers.
Are you playing a female character, Sarah?
I am playing a female character, but
is anybody else?
Yeah, all of us, right? Yeah.
On the inside.
I am now.
But a female dwarf, so, it's...
Yeah, that doesn't...
So she's not that fuckable?
Well, she's only got a 6 charisma, I think, so we'll see how that plays out, yeah.
Are you playing Snooky?
That's like fucking a stump.
Oh, timely.
Blaine, how could you miss that one?
What?
Yeah.
I fill in the cracks where I can.
You got to say it in a Blaine voice.
I can't.
You playing Snooky?
You playing Snooky?
Wait, what, am I Andy Dick all of a sudden?
Yeah.
What are you, Snooky? I need a ride home! Oh, for God's sake! I met Snooky last week, and she's 4 feet 9 inches tall.
She's tiny.
She's so tiny. And but she has like the tan equivalent of Bernadette Peters' skin.
What does that
It's
mean?
like tan. It's like alabaster that's tan.
Peters.
It's weird.
Oh, so because
She has perfect skin, but it's almost like milk chocolate. It's weird.
You know what? Not for long.
I hope
Yeah.
we.
That's
I
gonna
hope
turn
She's
you
gonna look.
leather.
She's gonna look like the woman in Planet of the Apes whose canister broke.
All right, let's introduce our characters. Blaine.
Well, I have a half-elf named Blackie Green. Blackie Green, believe it or not, quick on his feet. He's even quicker with his looks, with a 19 charisma. What? Did you say that right? Yes, I said that correctly. Charisma 19. That gives me a +4 with a lot of stuff. You know, I can make Nestle's quick without getting that skin on the top. All sorts of great stuff with my high charisma. You know what? I'm just kind of an elf that feels like he has one foot on the ground and another foot in the stars.
Ken?
I am playing a Dragonborn fighter, just because the Dragonborn is kind of a cool half-human, half-dragon race, new to this version of D&D. Named Barthashet Baral. High strength, low intelligence, really low charisma. So the guy's kind of a rich douchebag. He expects everybody to do stuff for him all the time. Comes from royalty. Little spoiled shithead.
I am playing Mildred Maxton, a classic alliterative fantasy name with some X's in there for good measure, always in honor of Gaiax. And I've got a very high strength, 15 for a dwarven lady. So this is going to be a small but powerful dwarf with a 6 wisdom. So a lot of mistakes will be made, and hopefully they're going to be fun ones, you guys. Hopefully they're going to be fun.
Thanks, Sarah. Gerry?
I'm rolling a character called he's a shaman, which is new to this edition of D&D. His name is El Ryan, and his constitution and wisdom are both 14. So I plan on trying to maybe steer the group in
El
different
Ryan
directions.
Hubbard?
Well, I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay.
I have some literature for you all.
Oh, God.
Shit.
And I'm playing Amarth Amon. I can't even say it without smiling. I am a Goliath, of course. I'm also a barbarian, again, of course. Strangely, I put my strength and constitution. Those are my high numbers. I've got 17 strength and 15 constitution, which means I'm tough and a badass. And 6 wisdom. I'm not very wise in real life and in this thing.
Oh, don't be so hard on yourself.
All right.
Hard on.
So what's next? Should we take a break or should we?
Yeah, let's take a break, and let's all go take a shit.
On each other.
Hello, that's a Danny Thomas.
Shall we describe our shits? Mine was mainly.
You got to go to Wikipedia because Wikipedia, they have a thing called the Bristol Stool Scale. And it's the official medical scale for the different consistencies and shapes of human feces. And there's like it's like 1 to 6. And 1 is like little hard balls. And like 6 is complete liquid.
Does anyone have a cone of silence?
You're in it. Anyway, turns.
I do 7s all the time.
Yeah. That's
I'm always rolling 7s.
That's like a 4 and a 3. Or a 4 and 3 ones.
No, 6 and a 1. And then rock.
But some of it, it's like smooth with no cracks, like sausage shaped with fractured surface. It's like, oh my god!
I bet you break
did
water all the time, Brian.
Yeah.
Did you just come upon? I mean, were you Googling?
You know what? I was working on Web Soup, and it was just one of those things where I don't know how I got to it, but next thing I know, it's like, oh, that's exactly what every kind of shit looks like.
Yeah.
It was weird, and somebody had to draw it like Autobahn. Like James Autobahn sketching birds, like
I thought you meant
the
I went like fun on the Autobahn, drawing turds. Well, it is German.
My son, my 2-year-old, was constipated this week, and I forgot what that's like because my body is a mess. I've had diarrhea for the last 40-something years. Constipation looks very painful.
Shame
My poor.
this is all going to waste.
Yeah.
No, we're back.
So,
And we're back.
As you can tell, we've all finished our communal shits and thoroughly broken them down.
Let the game begin. Sark.
All right. Are we ready
Ken's,
to go?
got a theory before we get going
yeah.
about nerd voices.
Well, yeah, we just tend to do the nerd voice when we're talking about nerdy things, and we're all
but we're
fucking
already
total
fucking nerds all the time.
Yeah.
And then we pretend like,
we're
hey,
making
I'm a
fun
cool
of-
guy.
We're making fun of some other
So now I'm going to do a
entity
nerd
that
voice.
doesn't exist. That is us.
Yeah. So, with that said, by my friend Ken,
Let the games begin.
succinctly, take off.
Okay, so
sorry.
we're
Please
gonna
save me.
We're gonna kick things off. I'll need a little bit of help from each of you guys, though, because there's a bit of a flashback that sets this tone here. So
Flashback Thursday.
let me tell you guys the last thing that you remember, and then I'm gonna ask you why you would have been doing that. Because as we set this tale in motion, there is a place that I'm gonna have you guys begin at, but I'm gonna need your help reasoning out why these characters that I just met actually a minute ago are in this situation. So before we start, you have all decided about a week and a half ago, you all embarked on a long sea cruise. This is a pleasure cruise, all right? Now, I don't think you're all here for pleasure because some of you are not... You just don't seem like the type that's going to hop on the Queen Mary and sail into paradise. So, before we really get going here, explain to me off the cuff why you think your character would be on this luxury galleon sailing into like a tour of the tropical fantasy paradise. Let's start with you, Brian, because I literally have no idea why your character would be doing this. Why do you think you would be on this ship?
Must be to find somebody to fight, because that's all I do. I'm a warrior. The last thing I remember was sparring with my father in what's left of our village. And now I'm here. And point me in the direction of something to punch.
You can see yourself traveling to try and find a worthy opponent.
The only time I've ever been on a ship is to go to another island or a village and then get off the ship and kill everybody.
Okay. All right. What about you, Blaine?
Well, I'm probably on this cruise because Blackie Green is worth it. And I'm probably trying to get away from all the light pollution in the major metropolitan areas so that I can do a little more closer study of the southern hemisphere skies, or whatever hemisphere I'm heading towards. Know what I'm talking about? Because Blackie Green knows what he's talking about.
So you're treating yourself to a little bit of a astronomy retreat.
It's like a sea cruise, as in sea like S-E-E, like looking at stuff up in the sky, brother. Know what I'm talking about? Because I do.
No.
That's my new catchphrase until I come up with a new one. Know what I'm talking about? Because I do.
Brian, what was your character's name again?
Amarth Amon. Oh, God. Not to be confused with Amon Amarth, the heavy metal band.
All right.
Or Martha Plimpton.
And
So much
Tolkien reference.
alliteration. So much
Yeah.
alliteration in the world of D&D.
Ken, how did Barry end up on a luxury cruise?
Barry the Dragonborn fighter is on this pleasure... Would you say a pleasure cruise?
Yeah.
Because he likes fucking pleasure cruises, and he can afford it.
It's a
Awesome.
straight up
He
vacation.
likes people waiting on him, and he's hoping to get his drag on.
Would you say that this
no,
is a Dragonborn
catchphrase.
conspiracy?
Oh, man. All right.
Yeah, I don't
let's
feel out of
see.
place at all.
Dragonborn on vacation. Got it.
Or is this a Dragonborn ultimatum? Or whatever the other one was called.
That
Dragonborn supremacy.
Ladies and gentlemen, that joke is going to get a lot of mileage, I have a feeling.
I got a whole Dragonborn in the USA chunk coming up.
All right, Sarah. Mildred is on this ship.
Mildred is a stowaway on this ship. She was trying to escape from her dull, extremely religious family. And they live underground or whatnot. she wants to see the world. She wants to get out there and see some sunshine and the water and stuff. She's not a normal dwarf in that way. And so she just basically hid out, and then now she's living it up, Dragonborn style. She's been chatting it up with other passengers, just really getting to know the outside world and kind of loving it, frankly.
Didn't pay her way onto this ship.
Well, absolutely not, no.
You sneak in a bowling bag?
Look, I'd want to get away from a bunch of dwarfs if I were...
I put him through a window.
Oh, here we go.
And that's how it starts. All right.
That's how I met
Gerry,
your mother.
How did El Ryan, the elf shaman, end up here?
I was communing with some spirits in the woods.
Oh, God.
my God.
And I was really on a deep trip, and I was snapped out of the spirit world, and there was a lot of fire. I had set part of the forest on fire, and it had been suggested that it would be a good thing for me to leave the elven country.
Ah, okay.
I woke up on the ship.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of amnesia going on.
KO
Well,
vacation.
it was. I think I took a wizard staff to the face.
Yeah.
Is that what they're calling it these days?
It is.
What happens in Vegas?
All right.
Stays in your bloodstream for 2 weeks.
So this ship is called the Queen's Laurel. For various reasons, you guys have hopped on board for destinations unknown. You are exploring. You want to get to clearer skies. In some cases, you want to get away from your oppressive dwarvish parents. However, are you writing something to me, Jay? All right. However, about a week and a half into your voyage, something went amiss. All right.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Now this, we're gonna have to actually separate the group here, and this is gonna happen in the game every now and then, and that's when part of this group knows something that the rest of the group does not. So I'm gonna ask Sarah, the stowaway, Mildred, the stowaway, to please step out of the room. Take off your headphones.
Get out.
Get into your
You guys don't talk about me too much, okay? Goodbye.
Finally, we get to pull our dicks out.
What do you mean finally?
Finally, mine's been out the whole
And
time.
go,
I'll go in the
yeah.
hallway, I guess.
Yep,
All
just
right.
go out
Somewhere
onto,
where you can't hear our dicks.
onto Sunset Boulevard.
I got a shower, not a shower.
Or,
All
she
right,
gone?
finally we're alone.
Gone.
Yes.
Oh, God, thank God.
It's like
I can be myself.
I can loosen my
So
pants.
much less pressure now. All right, so the last each of you remember is you were either in your cabin, you were on the deck, wherever you were on the ship. The last thing you remember is there was a hiss and a faint odor, and then as if I'm going to use anachronistic comparisons because I do that all the time. As if a television had
Don't know what that is.
changed
Don't know what that
channels.
is.
You know what it is, Ken. I'm not talking to Barry.
is Barry in there?
As if a television had changed channels, you all suddenly awake, and you are hands and feet bound in what looks like some corner of the hull of the ship. Nowhere that you've been as passengers, but it looks like it's used for some type of storage. It's filled with like oak barrels, rope, like block tackle hanging from the ceiling.
So we're at Bevmo.
You can hear the body of the ship creaking, moving. So you're still at sea.
Wait, let me do one of my sound effects.
okay.
My great sound effects.
Creak. It's like you're there.
Do those monster tapes.
You all wake up
Like
as
a
if.
haunted house tape or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken's got an iPhone full of.
Lightning.
So all of you wake up as if like disturbed at the same time. You sit up, kind of roll around. You look around at the situation. It's kind of dark down here. There's a little light. It's coming in through the boards that make up the ceiling of this hold. But that's all you can see from where you're at. Your hands are tied, and you're not exactly sure how you got here. Some of you may recognize each other from the last week and a half being on board this ship, but you don't actually know each other at all.
So we see each other.
Yeah, absolutely. You're laying basically in a pile.
Somebody want to...
Are we? We're not tied up, or we're bound.
All bound
yeah,
up.
somebody
Yep.
want to tie together?
No.
Well,
Can one of you help me?
I'm going to roll over and see if I can untie you.
Thank
and then
you.
Maybe you could reciprocate.
Well,
I'm going to try
We'll
to
see
untie
about that.
myself. Yeah, but
Yeah? All right, so you guys are going to... Barry and El Ryan are going to work together to try and get out of your ropes.
Don't fidget.
And you're just going to try and break your ropes?
yeah, I mean, I'm not that smart, so I'm just going to see what I can, if they're loose, or see if I can,
knock yourself
get a
out of
hand
a
out.
crate.
Or if there's something I can,
Yeah.
if there's something I can see what they are, see if they're rope, if it's chain.
It's rope. It's all
Yeah,
rope.
it's all
you guys
rope.
are all tied up, yep. Jerry,
So I'm looking for-
Jerry's
I'm
asking
looking
if
for
your
something
hands
to
are
cut
behind
it
your
on.
back.
Yeah.
Your hands are tied behind your
So
back.
I'm going to bring them around front.
Okay.
Probably
So
do
let's
something like
let's
that.
Could you
let's,
bring my arms around front for me?
let's start this up. We're gonna roll a strength check right now for Brian and see if he's able to break his ropes. All right. So before you tell me what you just rolled, the way this works in 4th edition D&D, which is what we're playing, is I assign things a difficulty, and then you, with your strength and your roll, have to beat that number. So the higher the number, the harder it is for you to top.
Right.
So I'm going to say that the difficulty of breaking your ropes right now, I'm going to give it a difficulty check of 10.
Okay.
So you need to roll plus add your strength modifier there, and you need to get higher than 10 to break these ropes.
No problem. I got a 16, and then my strength modifier is 5. So.
All right, so you rip through these ropes.
Yeah.
You just tear. Yeah, you just tear your hands out of the bonds. Yeah. Do you say anything like really awesome when you do that?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! Is that what you cheer?
yeah. And then I pull off my ropes on my feet, and then I help whoever's next to me.
All right, that's
Hey, a little help, dude.
Blackie.
Blackie Green does not like these bounds.
All right, so let's do the same thing for El Ryan. He's going to try. I'm going to a rather dexterous move. You're going to try and get your hands out from. You're going to try and do some weird Dragonborn identity shit right now.
Fair enough.
All right. Difficulty of 10, same thing.
Yeah, 9 plus 2.
11. So Jerry rolls a 9. He needs to beat a 10. Luckily, his slight dexterity bonus of plus 2 turns his 9 into
being an
11,
elf.
beating a 10.
So then I'm free, right? He's freed me.
No.
What?
He dislocated one of his shoulders and managed to get his arms around in front of him. So he's still tied up.
All right.
But
So am I, though.
he's just being flashy. What's
Like
next,
someone to
Orion?
untie me, please.
I'm going to untie my...
You're gonna
Yeah.
You guys have not.
Very
Yeah, you
kind.
guys have not met or said anything to each other yet. I just would
I
like to
did
remind
tell
you.
him I'd like him to untie me.
Oh, okay.
And they have not had time to prepare anything ahead of time, have they?
I'm a little stressed out, so I'm just going to untie him.
Yeah. All right. Are you sweating?
A little bit.
Okay, so you're gonna untie this Dragonborn. You don't know his name or anything yet. You don't need to roll anything on this because you got your hands around in front of you. Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
All right, Barry, you're untied.
Thanks.
Don't thank me. Thank the smarty
So
pants over here.
now we're
whatever
on
his
to
name
something
is.
else, I assume?
How about a little help?
Oh, all right. I'll try and get him untied, I guess.
You're untied. You don't even need to roll. You're gonna untie him.
Yes.
All right, everyone's untied. Good job,
All right,
dudes.
you're my new best friend.
What's your name?
My name's Blackie Green. You can use it; it won't wear out.
I don't get it.
It's okay. I'll get it for you.
He's the ship...
What's your name?
What are you talking about? What are you going to get from me?
Anything you want, dude. You're my best friend.
I've never had a friend before.
Well, now you got Blackie Green.
You hear the
My name is
the sound of
Amartha
heavy
Mon.
boots thumping as several people.
I don't trust this
Several. We won't say people. Several entities march somewhere on the floor above you. You don't know where you are in the boat. You've never been to this room. So
There's light. There's
but
very...
you can see, you can kind of see that shadow.
Can we tell we're on the
cast
same
as
boat?
No.
We don't know. We're just on
No
a
idea.
boat.
Does anyone see a door or anything in here?
I have some low.
It's dark. It's sort of dark. You can't see the edges of the room from where you're at.
I have low vision. I'm half elf.
I do too. I'm gonna
See a little
take
bit in
us
the dark.
to the perimeter.
Take a little walk.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I don't want to light up any magic until we need to.
All right, so we've got El Ryan and Blackie. You guys are going to do a little patrol
Blackie Green.
with your night vision.
Yeah. And we're clothed, but we're unarmed, I would assume.
And we can't tell how big this room is, but that's what you're going to find out.
Yeah, you've got your clothes. You are unarmed. Any other equipment that you've picked is gone. You just got your clothes right now.
Ah, my iPad! Waited in line for a week for that.
So this room is filled with containers and actually a lot of it looks like it was just thrown down here sort of haphazardly, tipped over crates, that type of thing. You walk maybe 50 feet and you hit the far end of the room. There's a heavy door that actually has the bar dropped on it, but it's dropped on your side, and it's locked. Which is puzzling to you, obviously, because did you lock this door? Or is there somebody else in the room?
Yeah, maybe we're trying to keep somebody out. Who knows?
Was
I don't
one of us
remember
say
anything,
that out
and
loud? I don't remember anything.
I
This
didn't
is how I
tattoo-
got here. I got hit over the head. Well, I was at a bachelor party.
And this is just one
I was
end.
with a
This is
couple of
just one
friends.
end of this cabin. So there is still basically the other end of it that you haven't explored yet.
Let's
as well.
do it.
None of this stuff that we passed looked like it could have been our possessions, right?
No, in
I'm
fact, as
missing
you
a really good bag of mushrooms that I don't want to continue on without.
What are you, Guy Fieri?
So yeah, as you take a look into some of these crates, they were all full, clearly, of provisions, stuff for a long cruise. It seems like this is probably part of the ship that you were on last. You remember, nothing conclusive though. But all of the containers are now empty. So this has become sort of an empty container graveyard down here.
Let's check that other cabin.
All right, so you move, not the other cabin, just the other end of this one.
Yes,
so you move
yeah.
back past where you guys shed all your bonds. The other end of the room has a door that matches the one you just saw. However, there isn't a bar on this side of the door. Pushing it, it doesn't give, so it's locked somehow.
So maybe we're in some sort of airlock. Or
What's an
victim
airlock?
I'm not afraid.
Is that like a television?
Let's get that bar
I
off
don't
the
know
other
what
door
Blackie's saying.
and
Yeah, let's
see
do
what's
it.
on the other side.
Yeah?
Has anyone
Yeah.
gotten us out of here yet?
Go back to the front door? Or the door with the bar, you said? Is that what you said?
Yeah, maybe we should
Let's
try
do
to
it.
Let's just try to move it.
Yeah, what's the lock look like that's on the door?
It's just a heavy timber set in the
well,
bracket, yeah.
I lift it.
Okay. You lift it up, peek through the door? What's the approach here?
Yeah, Bargy. What do you
Yeah,
do?
well, I lift the door. I lift the
Usually
the
you
wooden
run through
block.
stuff like the Kool-Aid Man, Brian.
right.
Yeah.
I lift the wood block up and then I open the door. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you lift the bar up.
I throw it on the ground heavily.
Hey, man. What? Okay. It's a
All
lot
right.
of rumbling.
So yeah, there's obviously a loud crash as Brian throws like a railroad tie down on the what's a railroad? Throws a railroad tie down on the floor.
About 3 pounds.
You creak this door open, peek your head in. This room is very dark, very dark. So as you elves get eyes in there, you can see. Yeah, you can see some outlines at the edge of your vision from the door without having gone into the room yet. That look like people standing at various distances into this room. It looks like a continuation of the hold you're in, though.
Standing?
Yeah.
Moving?
No.
Any sound?
No.
Any weird smells?
Temperature.
Temperature's the same. No funky smells.
I yell, "Hey, where are we?"
There's no response. The sound of your shouts sort of muffled in the confined recesses of these wooden rooms.
Well, I can't see anybody, right?
No, pitch black.
Yeah, for me. Okay.
No light coming in above this room. This room is super
And
dark.
you guys see stuff? You guys see people?
We see people, but there's no movement.
I have a question.
Where's the closest guy? Direct me towards him.
Yeah, how far away are these
How many
people?
steps am I away from punching this guy's face off?
Well, let's see. 4th edition. What's the limit of your low light vision?
Low light vision.
Let's turn to the books. Nerd voice, Ken.
I'd also maybe our Dragonborn friend could shoot like a fire out of his mouth. And
Yeah.
That
Wish I
makes me
could.
uncomfortable.
But it's only when I'm in battle that I can use that skill.
What do you call now?
Battle?
Almost battle.
Okay.
Let's see here. Sometimes we have to refer to the books for rule calls here.
Ugh, the nerdy part.
And the torch.
I'm stomping around and fidgeting.
you guys might get to meet my bear.
I'm sorry?
You'll see.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. All right, so it looks like you could see
262.
5. Yeah, it looks like you could see 5. Yeah, that's about what, 30 feet, something like that.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah, so it's right at the edge of your guys' vision. You can't see the back of the room from here, but it looks like there's a couple silhouettes standing about 30 feet into this room.
Is there light anywhere? Is there light coming in from any doors or
No,
by
the
where
room
people
you're
are?
in. The room you're in has some gentle light coming through the ceiling from the deck above.
But the room we're looking into is completely
Doesn't have
dark.
that. Yeah.
I'm going to put my hand on Brian's shoulder to help guide me around in here. Because I really can't see a damn thing.
Do you have low light vision, Brian? I don't
believe so.
You got to go to one of the elves, Barry. You got to go
I
to
don't
Orion.
know that, though. I'm moving
Or
into
Blackie.
the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you move into the room, and you get closer to these figures, you can see them just ever so gently as they become clearer and clearer, just sort of swaying.
Oh, the dead bodies hanging in here like pieces of meat, and Sylvester Stallone's going to come in here and start training in a couple of minutes. We've got to get out of here before he falls in love with Talia Shire.
I don't know who those people are, but I'm uncomfortable.
That's exactly what's going on.
Says the shaman.
So what's going on? What do you guys see?
People are dead in here.
Hippie person and tiny person and dragon asshole.
I'm gonna confirm that they're dead. I'm gonna walk up a little closer, and
Okay.
I'm gonna summon my spirit companion.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Now, Jeremy, say hello to these nice people. My spirit companion, Jeremy, everybody.
All right, I'm going to tell these guys that I'm starting to get anxious, and somebody needs to find a door
Don't
before
attack.
I make a door.
You should just tell them. Tell them.
No, I'm telling them.
Yeah. Okay.
You guys need to find a door, or I'm going to make one.
So as Ryan moves into the room, and a Marthamon explains he's getting anxious. You see an ephemeral outline of a bear take shape next to Orion's side as he moves into the room.
What the fuck?
He's with me. It's all good. It's totally cool.
Okay.
And he moves in, looking to clear this room
Smells like bear piss.
with his spirit bear at his side. As you approach what becomes clearly like several bodies hung from
How'd
the
the
ceiling.
bear get in here?
Ask Ryan.
Practice.
I'm asking him, what the fuck? Where'd the bear come from?
He's always with me. You just can't see him, man. It's
Oh my
it's my
god.
spirit. When I'm lost, I follow the bear.
It's like Gazoo, man. I get it.
Fuck, these people are assholes.
All right, you hear
You said that out
as
loud.
you approach the bodies.
You can't see me.
You
I'll
see
start
that
punching.
the body closest to you is a female, and you recognize her as somebody that you had bumped into over the last week and a half of your cruise. Don't know her, but you recognize her as one of your shipmates.
Oh,
As-
hey, we're in fucking trouble.
As you approach, all of you hear El Ryan. El Ryan kind of pauses as he gets close to this corpse. You hear sort of a scuttling in the very back of the room, and it heads away from you, like doesn't want anything to do with you.
Was it my wife?
Followed
You can
immediately
see
by
little guy, right?
Huh? Who?
You little guy, you can see.
I can see.
Let's
this
go
is
over
outside
there.
of the ring. Yeah, they've got low light vision, but you can't. This is just something you heard. It's too far away for
I
you to
know,
see
but
right now.
Take me with you over there.
Let's
It's
go.
followed by heavy thumping of boots on the roof, heading the opposite direction you guys are, back towards the other end of the
The room we started.
I don't
Yeah.
give a shit about the roof. Let's walk towards the thing.
All right.
That's
Hey,
in our room.
we need to find out what the scuttling is, and then we need to brace ourselves because they're coming in.
Yeah, I'm following the noise of the scuttling.
All right.
You
Yeah,
can see too, right?
I'm zeroing in too. So
What about your asshole bear? Can he see shit?
I don't have to answer that.
I'm just asking, hippie.
El Ryan and his ghost bear move into the room, followed closely by Martha.
A Martha?
Martha. I'm just going to abbreviate. I'm just going to abbreviate it to Martha.
hey,
So you guys move into the room. You're looking to see
Yeah.
what was scuttling in the back of this hall, and as you the opposite end of this second hold becomes clear, you see a shape. It looks like a tiny humanoid of some type scuttling into a crate, an upended crate, way in the back corner.
I kill it.
Can
I'm
you see
kidding.
it?
Hang on. I order it to. Hey, I ordered it to
sees it?
stop.
All right, it's total sight. Like whatever it is inside this crate now, and it just it freezes up completely.
Someone go look in that
It's
crate.
real quiet.
What'd you guys see?
There's like a little dude, and he ran into a box. Come on out. I order it out. I order it out right now.
I hate these cruise ships with Jeff Dunham on them.
Oh my god, it's Peanut.
All right, so
Even
you
worse
see
is Walter.
in response to your
That one makes me
command,
laugh,
you
that
see the
My
top of
character.
a little head pop out and some little hands, and it looks like another shipmate that you recognize, having seen over the last week and a half. It looks like this female dwarf that you've bumped into a couple times. And let's go get Sarah. Where's Sarah?
Okay.
We gotta get Sarah.
Okay, she's back in the soundproof booth. We're going to bring her back out before we continue on more tattletales. So stick around right after this.
What about some advertisements? What?
Nerd Poker is brought to you tonight in part by Toms of Maine. Expensive, ineffective Toms of Maine. And Necco Wafers, that candy they continue to make for some reason. Thanks, Grandma. Necco Wafers.
It seems like we would have more ads than just those two. What else?
We're also brought to you by Armed Response, making you think there's a cop behind you for the last 10 minutes. Armed Response. We're also brought to you by Spencer's Gifts. If you need a toothbrush with tits or a dancing soda can, Spencer's Gifts has a gift that's inappropriate for your loved one or boss. Still open at the West Side Pavilion, I think. There's one out there. I'm not sure. By the ATM, Spencer's Gifts. We're also brought to you by Orange Julius. We put an egg in it so you might die. Orange Julius.
Are you back in? Blaine's going to keep coming up with advertisements.
We're also brought to you by your roommate shampoo. Nothing gets your hair cleaner than your roommate shampoo. From the makers of your roommate's breakfast cereal. Nothing tastes better than your roommate's cereal.
All right, so the rest of the party has moved into deeper into the hold. They're exploring the bowels of the ship that they woke up in. However, Sarah, you were not part of this group. All right, so For you, the listener, let me just explain how this happens. Sometimes something happens to somebody in the group that the rest of the group can't know about. So, we've all taken a solemn oath to not listen to our own podcast. Because if we do, there may be secrets. Maybe somebody finds something out about Sarah and they share it with the
Mildred.
group. I mean Mildred. And if you listen to it, all of a sudden you'll know that secret. You know what I mean? So
I know what you mean.
You cannot you cannot listen to the podcast. None of this party can.
We'll see.
Right now, I'm with Sarah though. We're gonna get her up to speed, and then we're gonna get the adventure going again. All right, Mildred. In an effort to expedite this, I'll share some of the backstory, and then we'll get you going right now. About a week and a half ago. As you were stowed away in the bowels of the ship. Mm-hmm. You were kind of set up your base camp down out of sight so that, none of the crew would ever question you about how you got on board or whatever.
Sure.
During one of your evening prowls, though, as you were enjoying the sea breeze, you heard a bit of an alarm sound. And as you rush around to the other side of the ship, you see a massive galleon pulling up alongside the Queen's Laurel. Ropes and grapples being tossed over. Even a few arrow shots fired over, expertly targeting crew members that are on that side of the ship.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's
It
about
looks
to happen?
like pirates. All right. You immediately hightailed it for the belly of the Queen's Laurel. You
The
don't want
bowels,
anything
as
to
you
do.
called them before,
Yeah.
right? Sure.
You don't want anything to do with this, and you hid down in all the the garbage and the empty containers. And over the course of the last 4 days, you've been down here eating scraps of whatever you could scrape out of the bottom of these containers that have been tossed down here. Even hiding in actual crates. While these soldiers, humanoid, they look like humans, but it's hard to tell in the dark. Mm-hmm. While these humans hung corpses, some of the shipmates that you've even met while you've been on your week and a half cruise, murdered some of them and then hung. Some of them hung and left to die. Other people have been tied up and thrown down here like garbage, and you've been down here for 4 days. And things have finally settled down a bit until you hear the door to your hold slide open. And as you scuttle to the back of the room, some figures moved in and quickly cornered you. You did your best to hide, but it seems like they could somehow, even in the darkness, they could see you. So as you pop your head out of the container you're hiding in, you see you see an elf shaman with a spirit bear at his side, and he's firmly
Weird.
barking at you.
The bear is barking?
Whoa, no, get out of there. Come on out. Move out.
I'm
Or I'm sending in the bear.
I'm raising my war hammer.
Welcome back, gentlemen. Welcome back. All right. Yeah, looking out, you see four figures. They look as scared of you as you feel of them.
I'm not scared.
Well, not the barbarian.
Okay, I'm
Goliath,
raising my.
but
Can I raise my war hammer threateningly?
You're not armed.
What?
You're not armed.
This is new information to me because
Yeah.
my sheet says that I am armed.
No
but
one
all
has
right.
anything but the clothes on them.
I raise my fists threateningly.
Okay. Little like a husky little dwarf lady pops out of the box. She looks like she wants to engage in some fisticuffs with you guys.
I'm not doing
I think
that.
that's a bad idea. I tell her.
I don't think she killed these people.
Hey, little lady, and I don't mean that personally. We're about to get killed, so why don't you just get out of the box and let's all try to figure out what's
Yeah,
going on.
where are we? What's your story?
Did you kill these people? What's happening here?
No, we're about to
Yeah, we just
we're
woke
about
up
to get
in here.
walked in on.
Somebody hit me over the head with something. Must have been pretty heavy, because it would take something heavy
Are you passengers
to
on the
make
ship?
me sleep.
Yeah.
I was enjoying a
Yeah.
nice cruise, but then I conked out at some point.
Are you
I've been
are you a
drinking-
cabin boy?
I've been drinking colored drinks every day and sitting around and
Sort
eating.
of.
I'm trying to follow the footsteps path.
Yeah, you the boot steps that you heard a little bit ago have faded into the distance. But while you're talking to, did you introduce yourself?
My name's Mildred, by the way.
Oh, hi, Mildred.
I don't know if it's nice to meet you
Very
yet.
friendly.
As you're
Someone wanted to fight us a second ago.
exchanging stories with Mildred, you hear some heavy thumps and loud banging back at the door that you initially went to in your exploration of the hold.
Can we see that door from here? Or is it's too dark?
It's too far. Yeah, it's probably
But we all hear
90
it.
feet. Yeah.
Hey, little guy, take me back towards that noise.
You got it. Let's go.
All right.
You assholes coming with me?
Prepare to defend
What's
yourself.
the plan here? Are you just... We're just going to attack
I want to
these-
know what that fuck that noise is, and I'm going to go check it out.
You
That's
do
my
that.
way of telling
Go-
you.
go
This guy
check it
wants
out
to
for
kill a
us.
noise, and we prevented him from killing you. The noise.
I don't think that's what happened, but that's great. Let's go check out that noise. That sounds like a smart thing to do right now.
All right.
I'm on board.
All right.
So,
We're either going to die cowering here, or we're going to die fighting some
Whoa,
things,
whoa,
right?
little
So-
little skinny
whoa.
guy with the loud voice and the
I didn't
funny
come here to
name.
die.
Take me over there.
We're there, dude.
Why is he saying "take me over there"?
Well, back to that noise because I can't
We
see
can't see.
shit.
It's very dark in here.
Oh,
The big, strong,
And I have
dumb guys.
I have
I
low
can't
light
see.
hearing.
So you guys move back into the hold that you were in. You move to the opposite side of the room, and as you get closer to the door, you can see it. You can see it vibrating, and there's like pieces of the wood coming off. And as you watch, you see some type of sword or some type of bladed weapon that's coming through where the door meets, and it's chipping away at the bar that's placed over there on your side.
I say we barricade it further and try to head out the other end.
You can't tell what's over there, but it sounds like there is a lot of them.
I wish we could grab that blade and kind of bend it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm
but
gonna-
why don't you use the bar from the door though as a? As
do
a
any of these
cudgel?
are there still bodies hanging around?
'Cause
Yeah, in the room you were
Do they have
hiding, there's
people
like
that
a
were-
dozen.
That's
Can I
what
go look
mean.
and search them for some type
What
of
do you
weapon?
tell me to do?
Pick up the wooden beam that was locking us in here. You can use it like.
What do I do with that?
hit who's ever about to come
Okay,
in?
well, in the
door.
Okay.
meantime, I'm going to go back to the room I was in because there were
This
a bunch of
hippie
bodies.
just told
there.
me he had a good idea. I don't know this hippie, but he said for me to grab the big bar that I just dropped. So I'm going to grab that bar, and I'm going to get ready to smack whoever's coming in this door.
Okay.
Or I'm going to hit their stupid metal thing that's coming through the door.
Okay.
Time to play a little head ball.
And you're going to go investigate the corpses that were in the room you were
Yeah, I'd like
hiding
to do
in.
some corpse investigation.
Okay.
So, I do have low light
There's a
vision.
necrophiliac, two dumb guys, a radio DJ, and a bear, and a hippie.
On
Walk
AMC
into
this
a
fall.
bar.
Walk into a bar.
All right, so you go back to investigate the bodies that are suspended in that room that you were looking at.
I suppose I'll provide some sort of backup for the oaf.
I'm looking for a weapon
What'd you
or
call
something
me?
that I can use.
Big
Yeah.
fella. Nice
I didn't
big
realize
guy.
I was unarmed.
So you can hear the voices shouting on the other side of the door. They seem kind of puzzled, a little bit angry at the fact that the door is locked. This was not how they left it, clearly. But
Weird.
it seems clear
Locked.
that Mildred at some point during your stealth, your covert operation, that you barred this door.
Oh, you locked the door.
Yeah.
Cool.
So they're it looks like they're trying to chip away at the lock with a sword from the other side. So you're holding the other lock, Martha.
The big bar. I'm gonna hit their sword. Their what? Their sword.
Yeah, you just see the end of it. It's kind of coming through the door and chipping away at that bar.
I'm gonna smack it.
That's sword.
It's like
I'm gonna try to knock it to the ground and
well, there's only like an inch showing. It's just barely chipped. It's like an impossible game of whack-a-mole. You wouldn't be
Maybe
playing.
they don't even know we're here yet, though, and maybe we shouldn't announce our presence to
All
them.
right.
I think with
just tell me what to do.
They took care of that. In the other room, you begin rifling
us.
through the pockets of the corpses that have been hung up. One thing that you notice in common is all of the bodies that are hanging in there, and none of you noticed this previously. All of the bodies are women, So it's all women hung up in this room.
Yeah.
Creep.
Yeah, they're all clothed, but there's no, as you go through quickly, a very hurried search reveals there's nothing of any use
I always heard
weapon-wise.
shitty things about
So.
cruises, and now this.
What should I do, hippie?
Let's let these. I even say we could lift this bar up, or I guess we can't do that. But I'm ready. I'm ready for action when it happens. Be next to me.
Is this a dead end kind of area? There's no other exit here, or do we not
We're
know
gonna have
that
to
yet?
fight
It's
our
barred
way
on the
out.
from the other side, I believe.
It's a dead end as far as you guys know,
Yeah.
but it's not a dead end as far as Mildred knows.
Right. So,
Is there another way out of here? Is
Oh,
that what you're saying?
yes, let's get out of here.
well, hell. Let's.
I'm going to keep this bar so I can hit something
I
if
think
I
that's
have
a good
to.
idea.
Yeah.
I support it.
Okay. So are you leading them to the exit that
Yes.
you're aware of? All right. So Mildred is like, there's another way out of here. Let's bail. She goes back into the room where she was hiding, and against the wall, back behind the crate that you first took cover in, you can see a crawl space. It's very, very small though, so getting the barbarian through there will take a little bit of work widening the mouth of this
Pretty big, too.
this
Dragonborn.
vent. Yeah.
Well,
the-
la-dee-da. How's that working out
the
for you
dwarves
now?
and the elves will be able to fit through here. You slide the crate you were hiding in out away from the wall, and you can kind of see
It's just the opening small, or is it small inside too?
just the opening. The actual passage is a little wider. You could probably fit in there with a little work.
What's
but
the opening made of?
all wood? This is all.
Would you pry that open a bit for
Yeah.
us?
It looks like you can see marks on the floor. It looks like they'd used this to slide objects down from another deck into this hold. You've used it a couple times just to move between rooms.
What is it, like planks?
Mildred.
Are they nailed in, or?
Well, not yeah. It's just wooden wall planks. What used to cover the mouth of the vent has been like busted out by Mildred as she like ran in and out of this.
I'm going to
thing.
make the hole bigger. I'm going to yank on these boards.
Okay. All right. Brute strength. Get
Do I
your
have to
dice
roll?
ready. Oh yeah.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna say. Hold on before you roll. I'm gonna say the difficulty on you manually ripping these boards out is gonna be a. Let's make it a 15.
Wow.
Yeah. This is a ship's hull.
Okay.
You are HULL hull.
Nope.
What'd you roll?
A 4 plus a 5, so that's...
Brian rolls a 4. He adds 5, which is his strength bonus, which is pretty formidable, but that only adds up to 9. It doesn't meet the 15.
All right, let me try. I'm going to
So,
try. Let me
he
try.
heaves and
So I
hoes
kick
on
it.
the...
I kick it because I'm mad.
Hold on, you gotta wait your turn. Mildred's gonna try and help you out.
No, I
wow.
didn't. I didn't. I was
Mildred
not.
rolls a 3.
Well, I rolled a 3, but I do have a +4, so
Yep.
All right, I guess I'll have to
a
try.
shameful 7.
This is everyone taking turns.
8 plus 5.
13. Close, but no cigar.
This is fucking stupid. We're all gonna die here. I look back at the door. What's happening over there?
It's just the gradually being chipped. If they chip too much more out of that center bar, they'll be able to just kick it in.
Hey, I'm going to see if I can open this jar
Put
of
your bear
olives
in
now
front
that
of
they've
it.
loosened it for me. I need a 15. There's a 15.
Oh, wow. What's your strength? I'm just curious.
My strength is 12, and my modifier is a 1.
Wow. Never send a barbarian to do an elf's job, Brian.
Dude, thanks for loosening that up for me. You're the best.
All right, little guy, thanks. You're welcome.
All right, so, yeah. Maybe it was loosened up, or maybe you're just a badass.
I'm a good
Blackie.
ass.
Blackie takes a chunk out of the top of the mouth of this vent, opening it up, probably just enough for you to squeeze shoulders in there, but it's gonna be a nasty fit.
I'm going to push my way past him and get inside there.
Oh, and there there goes Barry. All right, so the Dragonborn shoulders his way past you guys and just climbs into the vent and starts squirming your way through this thing. All right,
And you guys go next.
who's next? I wish you could see faces on podcasts, because our elf shaman's face is just dismayed.
This is fucked up.
What's your problem, hippie?
All right, let's go. I now I don't know where we're going.
All right.
I
You hear
had an
wood.
exit,
You
now I don't
hear
have an
wood
exit.
splinter at the other end of the.
All right.
Other end of the room.
Come on, get in there, Cheech.
Yeah, I'm through.
Okay. So Barry, the Dragonborn, followed by Mildred.
Go, hippie.
I'm in. I'm in,
there
and,
goes-
and the bear is fades away as though he was never there.
Go. You
Me?
ready?
All right, I'm going.
After you.
And
Yeah.
I slide in.
You're letting the barbarian go first.
Yeah.
All right, Blackie. All right. So you squeeze in there.
He doesn't get stuck.
Yeah, you scrape yourself up a bit, just trying to get through the edge of the
I get
vent
it.
there.
I'm Homer Simpson trying to go through anything. Yeah.
Up on point, Barry, you're squirming through this passage, and it starts to gradually curve up. You're not sure where it leads. You can call questions back to Mildred if you want, but it starts to curve up. They clearly use this as some sort of chute that they would drop stuff down from above. And
I hope it's not a poop chute.
It looks like it's going to hit a basically a vertical climb after about.
We were in the trash
30 feet,
compactor
so.
from Star Wars.
I only tried it. It's hermetically sealed.
Blackie, you crawl in. All you can see is Martha's giant barbarian feet, and hear him grunting and farting as he tries to fit through this
Oh, he's in front of me, right?
tunnel. Yeah, but Blackie Green is right behind you.
Oh, yeah, right.
And as you just squeeze into the passage, you hear the door give way back in the room that you were found, and you hear people shouting. And you guys scuttle farther into
Can you
this tunnel.
slide that thing back, or
You guys are in.
God?
There's no room to turn around.
Person
Alright.
last person in should have really covered our tracks, but
Well, you know.
there'll always be a next time
Call
to get
back to
brutally
Blaine.
murdered.
Call back to him.
Do
Do you want Blackie to back out of the passage and
No, I mean,
flip around?
can he just reach out?
It's too confined
He
here.
weighs 47 pounds.
Hey, don't
All right.
blame me. Blame the architect
All right.
of this goddamn boat.
Well, then I just keep going. I'm just
Yeah,
powering
okay.
through.
On point, Barry, you come to a point where it's actually really slick. This wood is worn smooth. There's a hatch above you, and as you listen for a moment, you can hear the sound of everyone behind you in the passage. You listen for a moment at this hatch. You can't hear anything though up above you. Sounds clearish.
I slide it open slowly.
All right. The rest of you guys kind of train wreck up against Barry as he's checking out this hatch. You pop your head out of this hatch and you see that you're actually in a room that's filled with linen, some pieces of sheet, stuff like this. It looks like the equivalent of like a laundry room for this ship. So it's a tiny. You pop your head up and you're in a. It looks like you're in a tiny laundry room. No one else is in there. This room's well lit. And now that your head's out of this hatch, you can hear the sound of activity on the ship outside of this room. You're clearly in a more frequented spot on the boat, but no one's in the room at the moment.
I'll climb up and out.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody follow suit.
Yes.
Are we being? Am I
Yep.
being followed? Is anybody? Do I hear people coming towards this opening? Where we were?
You hear the sound of voices behind you guys, but you don't hear anybody coming into the passage behind you.
Okay. All right.
The language spoken by all these voices as they become clearer is not something you guys recognize right off the bat.
So it's not common.
It's not common.
All right. That's the D&D language, common.
Luckily, the shaft isn't like. This is where there's constant dick references in D&D. There's constant.
Oh, it's a shark.
And every
Worked
map
our
I
way
draw
up the
of a
shaft.
level looks like a dick or a vibrator or like
Fallopian
a fallopian
tubes. You're really
yeah.
that's a
You're
really
just
common
talking
theme
about
in your
the
work.
shaft.
All right, so you guys managed
Watch your mouth.
to shimmy up the slick shaft, and now you've piled up in the laundry room. The door here is just kind of lazily swinging, and you can hear people walking around outside the room. Peeking through the crack in the door, you can see heavily armored figures, humans, not speaking a language you recognize, walking around in pairs, guard duty. They seem like they're like the ship is theirs.
Human?
Yeah,
Big humans?
normal humans.
How many do we
like
see?
buffed out humans, maybe.
And now I
they
can
look
see
like warriors.
it's not dark anymore, right?
Right outside. This is you're literally looking out onto a piece of the exposed deck from this room, so you can see it's like dusk.
How many people do we see?
Well, you can't. You're only
we see?
peeking. Yeah, hard to say. You see them walking by periodically. No one up here seems to be aware of the ruckus that you guys caused down below yet. So.
Okay, well, do you want to break before Chewie starts pulling stormtroopers in and taking their uniforms?
You're Chewy. You tell me.
Because that's what I want to do. I want to start beating up these guys and taking their armor.
Yeah, you're going to take the ship back?
Yeah.
All right. This is a good time to break then, because it's about to get real.
Yeah, okay. So, when you next hear us on Nerd Poker with Brian Posehn, Dungeons and Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends, we will be getting into some shit. Thanks for listening to episode 1. I'd like to thank all my friends Blaine, Ken, Sarah, Sark, our DM or Dungeon Master, and my good friend Gerry, who I made fun of a lot, for being here. And we'll see you guys next week.
I'm going to lay healing hands on you, Price.
Shut up, hippie.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com